we washed and cleaned all of our, well, most of our, we have still some ginger outside, but most of our harvest of our ginger and turmeric. And the results are we got a lot. First off, got more ginger than turmeric because we only had one big turmeric plant this year. And next thing we're going to do is we washed and brushed them and all that, got all the dirt and debris off. And next we're going to put them in the dehydrator so they can dry out a little bit for a few hours. Other than that, leave them on their own. Or you can make some fresh. If you're making some stew or anything, you can make that fresh with your ginger and turmeric.
Hello everybody. Today we're going to pull our garlic apart and then plant them in the soil. Try to take it. Okay. This one's growing right here because I see this green little sprout. And then this big one right here is growing as well. I don't think this one's growing.
You can still plant all of them. Even if you don't see the green, still plant them in the ground. And what you want to do, if you hold that up for them real quick, that one, you want to plant where the shoot is coming out, okay? You want to plant the bottom part right here in the ground. Take that part off and make sure you plant this part in this part in the ground and this one facing up.
And this is tiny.
Tiny or big, you can still plant all of them.
And then we have this big garlic. First we're going to take this one off. See, this one's tiny too and it's growing. Ah, this one too. Unwrap this. We're going to plant all of these soon. Inshallah.
Don't worry about them looking all neat and all the skin off. Plant them right with the skin on into the ground. It's pretty fun doing this, taking it apart, isn't it? Yeah. So the kids love getting involved in planting the garlic and onions during the colder months. So next spring, inshallah, they are going to be ready and growing and already ready for spring and early summer for harvest. So get you some fresh garlic. If you don't have any from last year from your garden, get some from the store. Take them apart, the bowls apart, and from one bowl of garlic, I mean, you can get, maybe up to 12 or 15 garlic bulbs, big bulbs. So here we have our mammoth one from this year, and we're going to replant some of them.
And then our last garlic bowl. This one's pretty big and it's growing.
So I'm gonna let her finish doing this, and we're gonna show you some onions we're going to also plant to get green onions in our ground during the colder season, so we can still produce some onions and garlic some green onions during the colder season. Alright, so
here's our garlic. We take them all apart, and this is just the stuff we can use for like compost, or you can like soak it in vinegar
Yep.
or something. And then
If you use it as an insect repellent, right? Because a lot of insects in your garden, they do not like garlic or onions. So that's why we don't have a lot of pest problems with it when it comes to garlic and our onions. Now, she's going to show you what we mean by planting your onions, which is right here. This we're going to plant into the ground so we can continue to get the green onions on top. Now, you won't get the bulb because it's kind of cold right now, but you will get green onions continuously. You can either do a plant of onions in your house underneath, like here we have our little greenhouse where we have a lot of our plants in right now. We have dragon fruit, we have an orange tree, lemon tree, and some other plants. But we're gonna plant these ones outside. Even if they do not grow now, like a whole bunch, if it gets too cold, they'll come out when the soil gets warmer and it will produce green onions. So we have 2 large ones that we have so far that we're going to plant into the ground, not too far from the garlic. But we have a lot more garlic to plant. This is just some of it right now. But this is it. Simple as that. Simply put it in the ground, leave it alone, and inshallah you'll see it in early spring, middle spring, and harvest in summer. Alright, so now we are going to be carrying it over to our raised bed over here where we had watermelons prior, but today we are going to plant our garlic in this raised bed. We're going to leave all of the leaves, every single thing in here, except pull out some of the old root vine, that's old watermelons. Pull this, take this duct tape off, not duct tape, I'm sorry. Take this bird tape off, and she's clearing it out right here, just taking out those vines from our watermelon. We got a lot of watermelon this year, as y'all can see on some of our previous videos. But we're going to plant our garlic in here. And hopefully, since it's a raised bed, I love doing garlic in raised beds because it's more controlled. And it's weed management as well, because we have cardboard, we have wood in here, and it's a continuous fertilizer, that wood down here and everything. So we don't have to remove the leaves. Leaves is actually a compost, and it keeps your soil warm. We'll take some of these. There's no weeds, as you can see. There's not a lot of weeds in here. Now we have a little plant over there. That's actually over here. That's actually spearmint. So that doesn't do anything. That's actually a repellent as well. But we're going to plant some of our garlic. Okay. All right. We are going to quickly show you how to plant your garlic. So this is our garlic shoot here. And this is the part you want to put into the ground. Just gently. We're going to cover this part with leaves anyway. But simply put it right here into the ground, as you see, and bury it. That shoot will come right out on the ground when it gets warmer, or in the cold when it's cold too. Just do that, and we're going to continue to do that all the way down. Just stick it right in here. Upside down, bury it. So we planted in this whole side the garlic on one side, and then now we are going to, my daughter's going to plant these onions. All right, so she's going to dig a hole for some of the onion. There's a lot of wood underneath there, so it's kind of hard. Let me try some. Let me find a soft spot for you. All right, there's a lot of wood underneath there. This is the wood that is decomposing. Just gonna see if we can stick the onion in here.
Make it a little wider.
This is the wood. We just put more dirt over it. Alright. There we go.
And then there's the onion.
That's the first onion. We're gonna put the other one on here.
Cover it.
Get some leaves. Good job. Alright, this one is a bigger hole.
Okay. I think that's deep.
Big enough.
And then we're gonna
put your dirt.
put the dirt back. And then we're going to put some leaves. And then there's the onions.
There you go.
And hopefully
And the garlic is over here. We put the garlic compost right there in the garden. And onions, where they...
Right here.
Right, so we'll get some green onions during the winter, inshallah. So we put some kind of animal protectant over it, putting a little cage over the things so they won't dig in here. And it works pretty fine. So we have our onions and garlic in this raised bed. So inshallah, it's raining today, so which is good. The ground is soft and everything. So if we go over here, we still have our greens growing. You see them? They're still growing, regrowing forever. We planted this in the beginning of the year, and they still are growing. And this is, I believe, cabbage, right? Mm-hmm. They're still growing. More of our herbs that are doing excellent, even in, you can see some of the frost. It's something, this is mint right here, but it's still doing excellent in the winter. We had 16-degree weather not too long ago, like a couple of days ago, and it was like a spree of like bad weather for the past few nights. But the thyme and oregano is doing excellent still. We keep the leaves. We do not clean around these things because this keeps it protected, and we continue using them as seasonings. We have a lot dried out in the house. All right, so this is some of our cleanup from, remember we were telling you earlier in our previous video. If you click on that, we'll leave a link in the description. But we pick out all of our old plants that are no longer viable, and we take them out, and we are actually adding them to our project that we're doing. One of our children are doing a large project, which is excellent, expanding the garden. So what we do is we add our compost to some of the keyhole gardening area. Here we have, I just want to stop by, our strawberries is doing well. They probably die off more, but they're really, really hardy in the winter. But we are going to carry this over to our area that the project is going on. And we'll show you what we do with our compost. So now we're going towards our larger area, which is a very, very large area that one of our sons prepared, which is really good. We're building up these raised center block gardens right here, adding dirt and compost. We have a lot going on here. We add some more. This is where we add our old dead leaves and all that to neutralize the soil. Whew, out of breath because I was walking far away. But we're going to add some of this to here and build it up. We build up on this raised bed. So let me show you a little bit more of what's going on over here. He built this raised bed right here. We're going to be putting electric fencing over here as well to keep out deer and other vermin. But so far, as you can see, these are very, very large raised beds areas. And we have the cinder block raised beds as well. Now these are ones that we are putting our old plants, old leaves and everything inside and letting that build up. Fairly large area. And then we have our sumac tree in the middle right there. So I hope you all stay tuned because I have a lot of projects going on. And this right here will feed a household, even a whole community of 20 families in this garden. Inshallah. Press the... There's another area as well. We are going to be putting a larger, expanding our herbs and spices. As you can see, it's still herbs and spices growing in here. Stevia, lemon balm, mint, spearmint, all these things. And then we have blueberry trees over here. Some kids' toys, I don't know why, but we have a lot of kids here. But this is another area we're expanding, inshallah. Here is our tumbler, compost tumbler. I want to show everyone. We had this about for maybe 10 years now. Still excellent, still in good condition. This is an aeration vent right here. And we come out here for any kind of scraps that the animals don't eat or anything. We add, it looks kind of gross, but this is our compost. See how it decomposed? These are fruits and vegetables, eggshells, everything, all in here. And so what we do is we lock it up and then you turn it to tumble it so the compost and everything can get in here. And what it does, it collects all of the juice inside of here, right here, and this makes a good compost juice for your garden. You open this right here, and then you let that out in your soil or your plants and put it in a spray bottle or whatever. Excellent natural organic fertilizer. We do appreciate you all's time watching us today. Please check out our next video, some more good videos we have on gardening. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.